The room has now grown still and completely at peace. The clamor and bustle of a long, exhausting day have finally loosened their grip on your mind. Tonight, there is nothing you need to resolve immediately. No difficult problem demanding an answer right now. And no burden forcing you to fully comprehend it all. All that exists is the slow, steady rhythm of your breathing and the gentle weight of the present moment as you let yourself sink into your familiar bed. Tonight, we will sit together beside an ancient story. A story not about dazzling miracles or triumphant victories, but about silence, a silence so profound it feels almost tangible. It is the story of a man named Job, who stood in the storm of his life and received nothing but silence from the heavens. Close your eyes. Let your body sink deeper into the soft mattress. Feel the warmth wrapping around your shoulders. And allow your soul to drift back thousands of years to a distant land where humanity first dared to voice its greatest questions in the dark. Job was a man who, by every moral and spiritual standard of his time, was considered blameless. He was not a sinner awaiting punishment, nor someone careless in his faith. The Bible describes him as righteous, God-fearing, and one who shunned evil. He possessed everything a person could dream of: a harmonious family with 10 children, vast herds covering the fields, and a far-reaching reputation for kindness and generosity. Job did everything right. He lived such an exemplary life that it seemed there was no opening for calamity to enter. And yet, this is where the paradox begins to stir and shake our firmest beliefs. Suffering came upon Job not because he had done wrong, nor because he had committed some hidden sin in need of cleansing. It arrived like a sudden desert whirlwind, sweeping away everything he loved in a single day. His herds were stolen, his servants slaughtered, and most devastating of all 10 of his children perished in a tragic accident when their house collapsed. Job stood there amid the ashes of his life, with no explanation offered from heaven. We often believe that if we live well, we will be rewarded, and if we suffer, we must have done something wrong. But Job's story shatters that simple logic. It confronts us with the harsh truth that suffering does not always come with a reason. And righteousness is not a shield against the tragedies of human existence. Before the grief over his losses could even settle, another trial struck Job's own body. He was afflicted with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Job sat among the ashes, scraping his bleeding wounds with a shard of pottery, alone and exhausted. His wife, the only one left beside him, could not bear the sight and urged him to curse God and die. The honor of a once wealthy man vanished, replaced by the image of an outcast sitting at the edge of society. Yet the deepest anguish, what truly tore at Job's heart, was not the physical pain or material loss, but the prolonged silence of God. Job prayed, he cried out, he searched for the familiar presence he had always trusted. But the sky remained an indifferent, silent blue. No voice came from the clouds. No sign that he was listening. Days stretched on endlessly, and sleepless nights felt even longer in dreadful stillness. That silence became personal. It felt like rejection, like abandonment, as though he had been forgotten in the vast universe. Have you ever felt that way, facing a private sorrow no matter how desperately you try to reach out, receiving only the quiet of 4 walls in the dark? while Job sank into despair. 3 of his friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, came to see him. At first, they did the most compassionate thing. They sat with him in silence for 7 days and nights, saying nothing because they saw how great his pain was. Their presence was comforting, but when they began to speak, the real tragedy unfolded. Unable to endure God's silence, they decided to speak on his behalf. They offered theological arguments, traditional wisdom, and the logic of cause and effect to explain Job's suffering. They insisted that God is just, therefore, Job must have committed some hidden sin to deserve such punishment. They tried to defend God's image by blaming the victim. Their words sounded moral and correct in theory, but they pierced Job's wounds like knives. They spoke confidently about what they believed was God's will. Yet none of them truly understood what was happening. Job realized a bitter truth. Even the best-intentioned words can deepen loneliness when they replace genuine presence. Sometimes in life, we encounter people who try to explain our pain with rigid doctrines, leaving us not only hurting but terribly misunderstood. Job's friends turned comfort into a legal debate, and in doing so, lost their soul connection with their bleeding friend. Job could no longer endure in silence. He no longer whispered timid questions. Amid unbearable pain and judgment from his friends, he cried out into the void. He shouted, argued, and demanded a hearing with the Almighty. He did not pretend to be saintly. He did not hide his anger or disappointment. He wanted to know why. Why must a man who devoted his life to goodness endure such cruelty? He challenged heaven's silence with all the strength he had left. This was the spiritual climax, where a human being dared to stand before infinity and demand an answer. Job did not deny God, he wrestled with him. Yet even after pouring out his heart, even after his cries seemed to reach the sky, God did not respond. The silence continued, dense and cold. This is the peak of our deepest fear. What if we pray with all our sincerity and pain, and still receive no answer? Does that silence mean no one is there, or that we have been utterly abandoned? Job stood at that very edge, where faith has no anchor but itself. After a long and weary waiting, God finally spoke. But he did not appear in gentle light or a soft, comforting voice. He came out of a mighty whirlwind. And most astonishing of all, he did not answer any of Job's questions. He offered no explanation for the losses, no reason for the trials. Instead, he asked Job a series of questions about the vastness of the universe. Where was he when the foundations of the earth were laid? Could he command the seas or guide the constellations? God led Job through the grandeur and mystery of creation, from sea monsters to desert creatures. The central message was not to crush Job with power, but to reveal a greater order beyond human understanding. God did not explain, he simply was present. The earlier silence was not absence but space, a space where faith could breathe, where trust could grow without certainty. His silence allowed Job to realize that he had been there all along, holding the universe and Job's small life, even without speaking in the way Job expected. We often mistake silence for punishment or indifference. But through Job's story, we see that not all suffering requires logical explanation, and some wounds are healed not by answers but by presence. God never told Job why it happened. And perhaps that was the real answer. The answer lies not in information, but in relationship. Job found peace not because he understood everything, but because he encountered the one he sought. He said that before, he had only heard of God. But now his eyes had seen him, not with physical sight, but with deep spiritual awareness. If tonight your sky seems silent and your prayers fall into emptiness, remember that you are not forgotten. You stand within a sacred current of countless souls who have waited, wrestled, and ultimately been upheld by unseen arms. Tonight, you do not need every answer to your troubles. You do not need to force understanding. Allow yourself to rest and release the search for reasons. Let your questions sleep beside you. The silence you feel is not an empty abyss, but an embrace waiting to hold you when you let go. Feel the stillness in this room as a gentle presence, one that needs no words to prove love or care. You have fought enough. You have thought enough. Now is the time for your heart to be still, for your breath to align with the peace of the universe. Let sleep come naturally as a gift, bringing healing to your weary soul. If these reflections bring you comfort in the night, remember you can always return to find companionship. Do not forget to press like and subscribe so we can continue walking through quiet nights together. For now, surrender to this gentle darkness. You are protected, you are watched over, and you are completely safe to drift into sleep. Sleep well, my weary soul. All will be well, even in the silence. Wishing you a deep and peaceful rest. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. As darkness blankets all things and the noise of the world recedes into perfect stillness, we often find ourselves facing a question greater than mere existence: the meaning of perseverance in uncertainty. Perseverance is not always a grand act or a loud revolution. Sometimes it is simply choosing to take one more breath. Choosing to trust for one more minute when everything around you seems against you. Imagine a seed buried deep in cold, dark soil through a long winter. It does not know when spring will come, cannot see sunlight or feel warmth. Yet inside its small shell is relentless life and faith. The seed does not question why the soil is heavy or the darkness long. It simply exists and prepares to rise in a moment it cannot yet imagine. Our lives are the same. There are seasons when we feel buried beneath pressure and disappointment. But perhaps we are being planted for a more radiant blooming ahead. The silence you face tonight is not an ending, but a pause where your soul is strengthened from within. We fear emptiness, fear moments without sound or task, because in those moments past echoes and future worries grow louder. But consider silence as fertile ground where self-awareness can take root. When distractions fade, you hear your own heartbeat, steady and faithful, having carried you through storms unnoticed. Tonight, honor your body, the cells tirelessly healing wounds you may not even see. You are a wonder of creation. No matter how the world treats you, your intrinsic worth remains intact like a diamond hidden in mud, waiting for patience and love to shine again. Patience is a virtue we praise but struggle to practice, especially in an age demanding instant results. We want pain gone overnight and answers immediately. Yet nature teaches that precious things take time. A pearl endures years of friction within its shell. A great tree spends decades rooting deep before reaching the sky. Your present pain and waiting are forging a stronger, deeper self. Do not blame yourself for fatigue. Even the bravest warriors lay down their armor to rest. Rest is not weakness but wisdom, conserving strength for the journey ahead. Tonight is your moment to set down the weight and remove the armor worn all day. Think of great figures in history who walked through valleys of loneliness and doubt. In their darkest hours, they discovered inner strength born not of pride but humility before the vast universe. You carry that strength too. To reach it, simply be still. Stillness is the language of the soul. Let thoughts drift like clouds. You are the sky that holds them. The sky remains vast and calm even when storms pass. In life's journey, we may feel like solitary travelers. Yet millions share similar emotions. Connection does not require physical presence but quiet empathy between hearts. Tonight, know that an invisible thread binds you to others seeking comfort. You are not alone in this silence. Let that awareness warm you like a campfire in winter, where heat spreads without explanation. Suffering distorts our vision, making us see only loss. Yet simple beauties remain: a cool breeze, the scent after rain, the softness of your pillow. The present is the only reality you can touch. Each breath in receives life. Each breath out releases what no longer serves you. There is truth in this. Scars are not flaws but evidence of resilience. Like the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is mended with gold, your wounds can become golden veins of wisdom. Do not hide them, honor them. Tonight, be a child in nature's arms. Imagine floating on a quiet river, carried without effort. Release control. It is an illusion of fear. In letting go, freedom awaits. In the quiet, sense a sacred presence filling the room, love without form. Whether you call it ancestors, angels, or universal peace, receive it. You deserve peace. You deserve love. You deserve restful sleep. You have done enough. Surviving what you have endured is an achievement. Embrace yourself with gentleness. As you drift between wakefulness and sleep, let gratitude be your final thought. Gratitude transforms scarcity into abundance. Sleep is surrender, a return to the source. Healing unfolds at cellular and spiritual levels. Let darkness cocoon you safely. You are a warrior resting in peaceful quarters. Breathe once more. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Release burdens. Your body softens. Your face relaxes. You are in complete relaxation. In this silence, hear the universe whisper a promise of care. You are not an accident. You are essential to this vast masterpiece. Trust the process. Faith means believing you will be guided. Whatever comes. Let these words lull you. You are loved. You are protected. You are free to rest. Everything moves according to a greater balance of love. You lie within that rhythm, with nothing to fear. As you sink deeper into sleep, imagine a soft, pale golden light surrounding your body, forming a protective halo. That light carries warmth and peace, blocking all negative energy and bringing you beautiful dreams. In that dream, you might see yourself walking along a vast beach under moonlight, or sitting in the middle of a fragrant flower field, where every worry dissolves and only pure joy remains. Let your mind freely explore those lands of serenity. You have earned this after all the effort you've made. Let silence become your closest companion tonight. Don't try to fill it with music or movies, just let it be what it is. In that silence, you will find answers to questions words can never reach. You will find the strength to face tomorrow. And most importantly, you will find yourself, your truest and most peaceful self. Don't forget, after the longest night always comes the brightest morning. Darkness is only a passage, a preparation for light. Sleep now, my precious soul. The world will still be there when you wake. But you will wake with a new heart and a new spirit. Thank you for allowing me to keep you company in these quiet moments. Your presence, even through a virtual space, is still a warm source of energy to me. Together, we create a place of healing and understanding. If you feel your soul has been soothed even a little, carry that peace into your sleep and share it with those around you when you wake. Don't forget that you always have a place to return to, a community of like-minded souls always ready to listen and share. Tap like and subscribe so we don't lose each other on this journey of finding peace in a world full of change. And now, let everything fade away until only silence and breath remain. Sleep well, my friend. Sink deeply into the softness of the night, where every pain is eased and every hope is nourished. You are being held by the invisible arms of love. Sleep deeply, deeply. Everything is okay. Everything is unfolding in the best way for your soul. Wishing you a peaceful, deeply restorative sleep. Let yourself drift on this river of serenity, no burdens, no worries, only your pure presence in the embrace of the vast universe. Good night. The quiet now is no longer an empty or frightening void, it has become a strong cocoon, wrapping around your whole being. As you begin to slip into deeper layers of your subconscious, let me guide you further into an inner journey where time and space no longer matter. Imagine each breath now like a small ripple across the still surface of your soul's lake, each time it reaches the shore. The last traces of tension are gently washed away. We spend so much time worrying about what others think of us, about the harsh standards society lays on our shoulders. But in this late night moment, every mask can come off. You do not need to be an outstanding employee, a dutiful child, a perfect parent, or an ideal friend right now. You are simply a soul that needs rest, a small yet magnificent life returning to the source of stillness. Feel the relief of having no expectations pressing on your chest. You are allowed to be weak, allowed to be tired, allowed to let it all go and drift into sleep. Look deeply into the darkness behind your closed eyes. It is not nothingness, it is fertile ground where the seeds of creativity and recovery are quietly sprouting. Every cell in your body is performing a dance of renewal, repairing what is wounded, clearing what is heavy, restoring energy for a new journey. Trust the brilliant intelligence of your body. It knows exactly what to do to heal you while you sleep. Don't try to control this natural process with anxious thoughts about tomorrow. Tomorrow is another story, a chapter not yet written. And you do not need to read it now. Let yourself float like a white cloud in a wide sky, no direction, no destination, simply existing and tasting absolute freedom. Do you see? Even distant stars spend billions of years in darkness before they shine their brightest. The sadness or loneliness you sometimes feel can be like the universe's night, necessary background that makes small joys sparkle and become more precious. Don't chase away negative emotions if they visit your mind now. Smile at them like strangers. Then gently let them leave with each exhale. You are the host of your inner home. And you get to decide what stays and what goes. Choose peace as the only long-term guest tonight. Imagine a cool stream flowing through your mind, carrying away the dust of arguments, misunderstandings, and lingering regrets. That stream brings forgiveness, not only forgiveness for others, but most of all, forgiveness for yourself. You did the best you could with what you had at that time. So don't torment yourself for what is past or what you could not finish. Perfection is an illusion that tricks us out of the joy of living and experiencing. Accept your flaws as unique brushstrokes in a work of art, because they are what make you the one and precious you. Now notice your hands that worked hard all day. Let them rest completely on the soft mattress. Feel warmth spreading from your palms up your arms, through your shoulders, and sinking into your chest. Your heart is beating slowly, steadily, patiently. It has been beating for you since you were only a tiny beginning of life. And it will keep faithfully guarding you. Offer a silent thank you to your heart, to your lungs rising and falling, and to your mind as it begins to dim the lights of thought and enter deep rest. You are sinking, deeper and deeper, into a velvet soft space. Imagine you are lying on a silk flying carpet, gliding gently through glittering galaxies, where the music of the universe hums like an ancient lullaby. No traffic, no keyboard clicks, no endless notifications, only the silence of the stars and the warmth of the void. You are becoming part of a vast darkness, compassionate, sheltering. Don't be afraid if you feel yourself dissolving. This is the moment you reconnect with your truest self, where there is no ego, no labels, and no pain. In this state, you are everything and you are nothing. You are the wide ocean and a single drop. You are a mighty mountain and a grain of sand beneath a traveler's foot. This oneness brings absolute safety, because you realize you were never truly alone in the universe. Every living thing, every leaf, every flower, breathes with you under this moon. All are moving together through the cycle of life and death, light and dark. Let gratitude fill your mind. Gratitude for the day that passed with its lessons. Gratitude for a warm bed. Gratitude for breath still steady in your chest. Gratitude is the strongest healing medicine for the heart. It turns what we have into enough, and turns hardship into a path of growth. Let these grateful thoughts gently carry you into sweet dreams. If any dreams appear, let them be dreams of freedom, wide green fields stretching to the horizon, where you can run without ever growing tired, where your laughter echoes and melts into the wind. You are nearing the edge of the deepest sleep, where consciousness fully yields to perfect rest. Don't hold on to any idea anymore. Let go. Let yourself fall safely into the arms of the night. The night will keep your secrets, soothe your hidden worries, and return you to a clear spirit at dawn. Remember, choosing to care for your sleep is one of the highest acts of self-love. You cannot truly love others or give to the world if you are drained and empty. So let this sleep be a precious gift you give yourself. Breathe in calm. Breathe out the remnants of a tiring day. Around you is only a gentle blackness, protective like a mother's womb, where all life begins. Your body feels heavy, yet your soul feels light as a feather. That contrast creates a deep relaxation you rarely allow yourself in the rush of daily life. Enjoy it. Sink into it. Don't hurry to wake. Time seems to pause, leaving only your pure presence in this moment. All precious, success, money, status, lose their meaning before the greatness of sleep. Here, everyone is equal, everyone needs restoration, and everyone deserves peace. Let my words be a soft breeze, passing by your ear and dissolving into the air, leaving only warmth and trust behind. You don't need to remember what I say. Let these messages seep into your subconscious and nourish you from within. You are a remarkable being with limitless potential. And this sleep is the key that helps you open the door to it. So sleep now. Don't worry about anything anymore. The world outside may still be spinning in chaos. But in this room, in this mind, there is only perfect stillness. You have found a safe harbor after a long, stormy journey. Drop anchor and rest. The waves of life cannot reach you this deep. Let the darkness hold you. Let silence soothe you. You are protected by the kindest energies of the universe. With every passing second, you sink deeper into peace. No ripples in the mind. No tension in the muscles. Completely relaxed. Completely free. Sleep is arriving, gentle as a mother's kiss. Warm as winter sunlight. Deep as the ocean. Receive it with an open heart and a quiet soul. Everything will be okay. In truth, everything has been okay for a long time, we're just sometimes too busy to notice. Now, in this stillness, that truth is clearer than ever. You are safe, you are loved, and you deserve the very best. Let your breath guide you into the dream world, where the impossible becomes possible, where you can revisit your sweetest memories or shape your brightest futures. Don't fear the dark, because it is from darkness that light gains meaning. It is from this sleep that new vitality will be born. Feel the gentleness of the blanket, the softness of the pillow, silent friends supporting you on this healing journey. You don't need to do anything. Just be still and let everything happen on its own. The universe has its rhythm, and you are moving with it. The tension in your forehead is gone. Your eyes are fully at rest. Your jaw unclenches. Your shoulders drop as low as they can. Your spine is supported, each vertebra released from gravity's pull. You melt into the surface beneath you, no longer feeling the boundary between your body and the world around it. It's a wondrous feeling, an exquisite blending with all things. Keep this feeling and carry it into your sleep. You are here, right now, and that is all that matters. The past is ash, the future is mist, only this present is real. And in this present, you are at peace. Let that peace flow from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet like a cool current moving through every channel. You feel lighter, calmer. No sound can disturb you now, not even the noise of thought. Everything grows faint and far away. You drift from the shore of awareness toward the vast ocean of restful mystery. Go on. Don't hesitate. An unseen strength is guiding you, ensuring you will be safe and return stronger than ever. This sleep is not an ending, it is a new beginning for your soul. It is the necessary pause between two beats of music, the comma in a long sentence. Treasure this quiet. Breathe in the pure air of late night, carrying the taste of dew and the stillness of the earth. It cleans your lungs. It cleans your spirit. Let worries about money, complicated relationships, unfinished plans fade into the background. The stage now belongs only to rest. You are the main character in this play of peace. Play the role by doing nothing at all. Just sleep. Sleep deeply. Sleep well. Pain will be softened by time. And sleep is time's messenger. It brings relief no medicine can replace. Trust the power of sleep. Let it carry you to lands of harmony, where there is no war, no hatred, only love and understanding. You are becoming as still as a windless lake, reflecting the silver moon above. The beauty of that stillness is priceless. Hold it in your heart even as you fall into the deepest sleep. You are doing so well. Keep letting go. Don't resist the drowsiness drifting in like thick mist. Let it cover you, smoothing every sharp edge of reality. You are inside a cocoon of absolute safety. Nothing can harm you. Nothing will wake you until you are fully restored. Sleep now, my kindred friend. Let the night tell you fairy tales of peace, quiet ancient forests and gentle rivers flowing toward the sea. You are part of great nature. And nature always knows how to care for its children. Let yourself be cared for, soothed, loved. You don't need to be strong right now. Be a small child curled in the warm arms of the Mother Universe. Every storm stops at your door. Here there is only warmth, the soft light of the subconscious, and steady breath. You are sinking deeper, deeper. Each word I speak is like a step leading you down into a hidden chamber of peace within your soul, a chamber filled with treasures of wisdom and quiet you have gathered over many lifetimes. Rest there, on the gold of stillness. You are richer than you know, because you possess a soul that can return to peace amid storms. No one can take that away from you. Be proud of yourself for choosing to pause here, choosing to listen, choosing to love yourself. Sleep is calling with its gentlest voice. Answer with complete surrender. Hold nothing back. Even your breath can come and go freely. Like a guest, you are only the silent witness, fading into tender darkness. Good night. Sleep deeply. Let everything dissolve into the air. Everything is okay, more than okay. You are on the right path. The path toward perfect restoration. Let sleep hold you tight and not let go until the first sunlight of morning touches your eyelashes. And now, there is only night, only stillness, only you in the universe's absolute peace.